It is time for the news bulletin as the Minister of Foreign Immigration and the Expatriates Affairs, Badr Abdulati, discussed in a phone conversation with the Saudi Minister of Foreign Affairs, Prince Faisal Ibn Farhan, the latest Egyptian-Qatari efforts to fix the ceasefire and the return of the 19th of January treaty with the coordination with the United States. The call tackled the Arab Islamic plan for the reconstruction of Gaza. The call comes within the framework of continuous consultations between the two states to discuss the results of the last meeting of the Arab Islamic Committee on Gaza, which Egypt hosted lately. Minister of Foreign Migration and the Egyptian Expatriates Affairs, Badr Abdulati, discussed through a phone call with the Turkish counterpart, Hakan Fidan, the Arab Islamic movement with the international actors during the upcoming period, and mobilizing support for the Arab Islamic plan for the early recovery and the reconstruction of Gaza. The call came within the periodic communication between both countries and aims to follow up on the outcomes of the recent meeting of the Arab Islamic Committee on Gaza, which was held in Cairo, as well as the Egyptian-Qatari efforts aimed at stabilizing the ceasefire, ensuring the release of detainees and prisoners, and the entry of humanitarian, medical, and shelter aid into the Gaza Strip. Minister of Foreign Migration and the Expatriates Affairs, Badr Abdulati, affirmed Egypt's support for the Sudanese national institutions and their efforts to restore stability and peace in Sudan. This came during a meeting with the Sudanese counterpart, Ali Yusuf al-Sharif. Abdulati stressed the Egyptian stance to respect the sovereignty, unity, and territorial integrity of Sudan and its full solidarity with it. The meeting also tackled the latest developments in Sudan in light of the current developments in Khartoum and the Sudanese army announcement of its liberation. The Sudanese army had said that it wrested back full control of the capital, Khartoum, capping a week-long offensive that saw it recapture the presidential palace, the airport, and the other key sites in a decisive push against the rival paramilitaries. Sudanese army spokesman Nabil Abdullah said in a statement that their forces have successfully and forcibly cleansed the last pockets of the remnants of the Rapid Support Forces, the RSF, in Khartoum. From inside the recaptured presidential palace, Sudan's army chief Abdel Fattah al-Burhan had on Wednesday declared the capital free from the RSF. The Egyptian delegation resumed talks in Doha to release and exchange the hostages and prisoners between Israel and Hamas. Security sources said that the delegation discussed the entry of the humanitarian aid to the Gaza Strip in preparation to transfer to the second stage in the ceasefire deal. Thousands of Israeli protesters gathered at the Hafima Square in Tel Aviv on Thursday night to demonstrate as the Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu moves to oust top security and legal officials. Demonstrators also demanded that Netanyahu reach a deal to release the hostages still being held in Gaza. Earlier Thursday, the Israeli parliament passed a key part of Netanyahu's plan to overhaul the judiciary. The move has angered the critics who view it as a power grab by the far-right government. The law passed Thursday gives the government a larger role in appointing the judges. And finally, Lebanon's Hezbollah said that it was not involved in rocket fire towards northern Israel on Friday morning after the Israeli defense minister threatened to respond against Beirut. The Israeli defense minister threatened Beirut on Friday, claiming a rocket fire from Lebanon. The Israeli military said in a statement on Friday morning that 2 projectiles were launched from Lebanon towards Israel. It said one was intercepted while the other fell in Lebanese territory. The Israeli claiming of a rocket launch from Lebanon came hours after the Israeli strikes killed 6 people in the south of Lebanon. And this brings us to the end of the news bulletin for today. Thank you for watching and goodbye.